Hello everybody. So I thought I'd come on my YouTube channel today to make a video for one of my subscribers. I wanted to say thank you for commenting on my picture video that I did with the Sony A6000 and the Sigma 30mm f1.4. So this subscriber has the same type of camera setup that I have, and this video is just for some information on what type of settings I personally use and what type of little tricks on my camera I prefer to use during a shoot. And yeah, I'm also going to be giving a little bit of insight on the imaging mobile app for the iPad. That app is also available for Samsung, for iPad, iPhone, Android. It's available, I guess, for pretty much any device. And you can control your whole camera with just that one app. It's really good if you wanted to take like a family picture and you wanted to just like pull out your phone, set it up, put it for a timer, put the phone in your pocket, and ta-da, you have a perfect photo, like if a photographer took it professionally. And depending on the lenses that you can use on your camera, pictures will come out amazing almost every time. I do want to apologize because my video is super blurry. It keeps coming in and out of focus, but that's because I'm shooting on a Canon T4i with the nifty 50, and I was looking here in my swivel screen. Oh my gosh, almost knocked my tooth out. I was looking here in my swivel screen. It was the camera that I had on hand to be able to shoot this video real quick. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know why it was so blurry. This is the flash that I talk about in the video. It's the Godox flash. It's the model TT5202, and it's a great flash. I dropped mine, so unfortunately the top part broke. So the diffuser is like stuck in there, and this comes off. But the flash itself still works. I just need to get like a little cap diffuser. But yeah, I love my Sony A6000 camera. I think it's one of the best cameras out there that is so budget friendly. And you can just take it anywhere. It's so compact. With the 30mm f1.4 lens, this thing is like on the go. Like you could go travel with this. You can put it on a tree and take a picture of yourself, and it looks like you took a personal photographer with you on vacation. Like, this is a really good camera and lens combo, and I 100% suggest it to anybody who is asking me if they should get it. 100%, 100%. Yeah. So if there's any other like questions or any other video ideas that you guys want me to make for you, I'll be more than happy to make them. It took me forever because, you know, life and with everything going on in the world, I just haven't had the time to sit down and film a video. But I did want to address this video because I did get the request, and I just wanted to make it because when I had the camera in the beginning, there weren't a lot of videos that I can kind of look back to and learn. So I hope that even though the video is all over the place, I hope that you get to learn a little bit based on my settings, and I will always like be happy to go in depth about any setting in particular that you're wondering. So yeah. What's up everybody? I thought I'd come on here to go ahead and make a video. I got a request from somebody named RosieMiranda, so I just wanted to let you know I'm making this video for you. I got the request to make this video asking if I can express my menu settings and if I can express my shooting mode, and if I shoot in auto or manual, and what type of other settings I use when I'm shooting portraits. Sorry about the lighting right now. It's a little bit really bright over my forehead, but if I move then I'm too close and I don't want to be too close. Back. Okay. So when I'm shooting with my Sony A6000 camera and the 30mm f1.4, I normally tend to shoot only in manual when I'm shooting portraits. The reason for that is because manual mode gives me the most control. So if I'm shooting, for example, at the beach, I like to keep my images a little bit overexposed, and then I adjust the exposure a little bit better. Sometimes I do overexpose and then, underexpose, sorry, and then I lighten them post. I find that both ways work for me. This camera is really good with that, and it's really, really good in low light situations with this lens because of the f1.4. Okay, so when I'm shooting a portrait with this camera, I tend to always put it in manual mode first. So you go here and you put it in manual mode. Manual mode is up here. It's a little M. So I have that set to M. Then if I turn my camera, you probably can't see it. If you turn this little wheel, that's your f-stop. So this top wheel right here, is your f-stop. You move that, and that adjusts, if you want it more blurry or if you want it less blurry in your background. Obviously, the smaller the 1.4 or the 11 number is, whichever one, the smaller your f-stop, the more blurry your background is. So if you want like a blurry background, you would want to get somewhere like f1.4, 1.8, or even 2.0. So if you turn this wheel right here, as you can see on my hand, it's getting lighter and it's getting darker. That is your shutter speed. So if you want your image really, really blurry in the background, you would do your f-stop to like 1.4, 1.8, 1 or 2.0, and then you would make your shutter speed a little bit fast because you don't want it to be blurry. So you want to capture that moment, and that's what that is. So if you see the number like 250, 250 means that it's taking it at 250th of a second. What is wrong with my camera? I'm so sorry. .250 means that you're taking it at 250th of a second. So what that means is instead of 1 second picture, it's going like 250th of that 1 second. So that means that it's trying to capture a still moving photo out of movement. And yeah. So my white balance, I normally tend to keep that depending on the situation. I don't really like to use auto because on this camera in particular, it makes my images a little blue. So I kind of adjust it depending on what it is. So I normally do the custom, and I just move the kelvins up and down to my liking. That's how I do it. I always shoot in raw JPEG. It does take the most memory out of your memory chip, but it's the best way to ensure that you get the most information and you kind of have like a little backup. That's how I like to shoot. When I shoot my images, I shoot in L, and the ratio is 3.2. The reason why I do that is because I've shot at 16, I think it's 16:9, let me check. The reason why I do that is because I've shot, sorry, let me check for you. Yeah, 16:9. The reason why I do that is because I've shot at 16:9, and I always, every single time, have to crop my photos, either to post them or to send them to a client. And if I have to go send it to get print, then it's just too long and it just doesn't work out. So I shoot at 3.2. I always have the focus set to auto on my camera for portraits. I can switch it to manual, however, I find that the auto feature works really good. And if you activate the little AEL button up here, you can actually activate something on this camera that a lot of people don't know, and that's eye autofocus. So eye autofocus lets you focus on somebody's face, and if you click this button while holding the shutter button lightly, you can totally have the camera find the eye and it'll focus on the eye. So you'll always have one eye at least in focus, which is ideal for any portrait. So that's a cool tip. You can totally like find that on Google. Go ahead and Google it and it'll show you how to activate it. And you can even select your own button that you want for that. So that's a little trick that I sometimes use, and sometimes I just find myself not having the time. Realistically, when you're on a shoot, it's not as simple as let me stop and turn on this. No, you're kind of just going, and that's okay. You know, you take a million photos and you hope for the best. So so another thing that I do when shooting portraits is I leave the ISO as automatic. The reason why I do that is because sometimes I'm outside, most of the time I'm outside, and it's cloudy or it's a little bit sunnier. I don't shoot during the middle of the day because I think that the sun is a little bit too harsh and it's just not ideal for any type of like pictures that I do, unless it's like backlit, and that would have to be early in the morning. I do put ISO as automatic, and that way I don't have to remember to adjust the ISO, and I had taken a million photos and they're all set to like overexposed and it ruins my shoot. So that's why I don't do that. The reason why you see me looking right here is because my camera keeps focusing and defocusing. And I know it's because it's like an older camera, but it's not, it's distracting me. So I'm sorry, I'm like in and out. So yeah, my menu settings other than that, they're pretty basic. I don't really mess with the settings on my camera, only because like if it ain't broke, you don't fix it, right? So my driver mode is single shooting. Normally I have that to continuous shooting on low, because let me just show you. This is on low. That's pretty fast. And let me show you what it is on medium, just so you can hear the difference. That's pretty fast. I had it on high, and when I have it on high and I go back to dump all of my SD cards, it's too many. Like, it's, how do you pick from the same picture and like it's somebody like this, but yet you have this, this, and this? Like, it's so distracting and it's way too many. My memory chip was getting way too full over the same picture 4 times. It's not convenient. This is it on high. Sony did one hell of a job with their continuous shooting. That's a lot of pictures. That's a lot. You know, that does work for me if I'm shooting babies. If I'm shooting like little babies that are just walking and I don't want to miss any step, that works for me. Or if I'm shooting something like an event or sports or a ceremony, sometimes I'll use that, but I will switch back to single. I just find it to be the best and the easiest way, instead of having to edit a million things. I don't normally put in like a flash on this camera. Sometimes I do. I actually have the Godox flash. It goes here extended on the hot shoe. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. And when I use the flash, that is a whole different animal. Like, you have to change your settings, your white balance, you have to change your shutter speed, you have to change your ISO. You cannot leave that at auto or your pictures are gonna be blue. And they're not gonna be in focus, and they're gonna be white, and it's not a pretty picture unless you know exactly what you're doing. And working with extended like lights and extended flashes and stuff like that, it works for certain situations. So that's why I don't use it all the time. I'm more of a natural light chaser. So So that's exactly what I shoot in, natural light. And when I'm in the studio, I shoot babies with kind of like natural light. I have like artificial natural light with my giant softbox. So I have like a 72-inch softbox that I use. It's humongous. And that simulates a giant window, and it's just soft light on a baby. Babies don't like harsh light. And I think that's also Godox, so, or newer, one of the two. So if you want to check that out, I did make a video on that, reviewing that product. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. And I would recommend it if you like shooting portraits, or if you're even just taking Instagram pictures and you're trying to learn how to use your camera. Get yourself a light. It's gonna change your world. Like, you can literally set it up, plop it up, and like now you're glowing, and it looks really good. So another one of my settings that I use on this camera most often is the zone. So this is really important. Let me see if I can get it here. This is really important for when you're trying to shoot different things and different variables. And if it focused, then I'd be happy to show you. Okay, so right here, you probably won't be able to see it. Right here, there's something called zone. So I'll show you where in the menu that is. That is the 5th little box. Let's see. So right there is your zones. And I click that. And I normally have it set to like this wide one, and sometimes I have it, well, this one is called zone, and that kind of gets everything in range of like here. So that's what that would be. So if I hold it here and I hold my hand out, it focuses on that area. And I appreciate that setting only because, let me show you. Only because if I have a group of family members and that I'm taking pictures of, or a bunch of kids, I want to make sure that they're all in my frame and that they're all in focus. And that's exactly what that's for. For anything here present, it's gonna try to focus on it. And it actually really works. So that's one of the settings that I really do use a lot. Another cool setting that I like to use on this camera is the wireless setting. So if you have an iPhone or an Android, or you have a tablet, an iPad, whatever device you have, you can download an app. And this app is called Playback Memories, I believe. I'll show you right now. It's an orange app. Imaging Edge Mobile, sorry. It used to be Play Memories. So the app looks like this. And you can connect to your camera with this app. So I have mine connected already. So you would go to wireless on your camera, the wireless setting, and you would click it. Connect to the internet that you need to connect to. So your internet. After that, you go to application. So when you go to application, it's gonna give you a list. In that list, you would select Smart Remote Control. So that kind of looks like this. That one all the way there that has a little box around it. You would click that. And then it just opens up like a shutter control. So like, then it gives you a QR code. See it? Well, it won't show you, but it opens up a QR code. And with that QR code, hello. With that QR code, it lets you connect directly to your app. What that allows you to do, so I'll show you now, it's actually pretty cool. It says connecting. So once it connects, you press OK. It says start remote operation. You have to click OK to give consent. So now you can see that my camera looks like it would normally look. However, now I can plop this on a tripod. Now I can plop this on a tripod and have full control of my camera from my tablet. So how cool is that? So I'm gonna put this down and I'll take like a sample photo and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So let me put it down. And I'll stand over here so you guys can see. That's the best setting I think that they made on this camera, that you're able to control it like that with your phone or your device. So as you can see, that's me all the way over there. Upside down. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture. And that's it. Look at that. How cool is that? You get full control of your camera and the settings, and you get to control the shutter speed, you get to control the f-stop, you get to control the ISO, you get to control it all, and that's the best thing. So that's what the menu looks like, and that's actually like a live view of the camera right now. So let me turn it. Those are the menu settings. And then if you click it right there, if you click it, see how it's white? Okay, so if you click here, you can control down here your f-stop. You can control your ISO, and you can control your shutter speed. You can also control your white balance to whatever you'd like, and then you also can control your focus mode. So the way that works for me, so I think that is one of the best features that Sony has incorporated into their cameras, because this also has come in handy when I'm shooting something in the studio and I'm trying to get something done and need to like take a few steps back in order to see the full image. I can do that directly from my iPad, and I can take it with me and put the camera on the tripod, walk away, set them up, just simply click here. And it takes it. And it takes it really well. So I think that's one of the best features. If you don't have the app, I suggest you get it because it's worth it. So thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. I hope that you guys learned a little bit, or at least enjoyed watching me struggle with the focusing on the Canon. I think it's the lens and the settings that I used, but this is a really old camera. This is my Canon T4i. This was my like third camera that I ever got, and it's still kicking it. I mean, I can't see myself getting rid of my cameras even though they're older, because they still work, and I'm one of those people that is a camera hoarder. So yeah, just wanted to say thank you, and I know I look like a mess. I'm literally just, going with the flow of Saturday on a Labor Day weekend. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like the video so that I can make more videos. That's the way that I can see that you guys like them. And let me know. Let me know what you want me to show you guys next, or if you want me to do like a sample photo shoot to show you like on the camera screen my settings, I can do that.